I felt alive. Worrying, maybe, but sneaking in the night, a place I wasn't supposed to be, meeting someone sort of from my past. I'd never really worked with him, but I realized I miss it. We learned from him through some card games and some half promises. He seems like the person who would make sure I come back to write them. We discovered that maybe River X wasn't the first time. Maybe like two times at least.
I should have stopped Val. In that moment, I just wanted to help him. He needed help, and I didn't think of how it could go wrong. I didn't feel threatened by him at first, but if I had stopped him, then maybe Acrio wouldn't have worried. I feel wholly responsible for Acrio lashing out at Val like that because he didn't do anything wrong. It was my idea, really.
Amrita learned of Tiberius that he's locked away here. The reeks of prison escape. I'm excited. And then she drank, which she didn't usually do, and uh, that mostly good stories. I don't think it was a wrong one this time.
I don't know the right path. And I would go to the others and ask, but Cillian's sick. Amrita's probably caught it too.
To Pearl to fix that part of me, and she's probably dead. So the folks outside are saying suicide. Reeks of bullshit. This is a problem that goes down. I need to solve for it.
I'm terrified. For Val, of Val, for Acrio, of Acrio. I'm scared of what this could mean. This wouldn't be the first time I'm friends with a vampire anyway. Maybe I should introduce Val to William. Maybe he could help if I ever find him again. But we've got things to do that aren't this. Isn't that always the case?
Lorelei and Acrio making their way out of the city in the early morning. What is their plan to try to find Val, who they never really gave any specifics on how they were going to meet up later? Just told him to leave.
It's pretty flat out past this way, isn't it? Like
To an extent, the city itself is built on kind of a plains, but there are some rolling hills, heather laden downs off in the distance, as well as, some small copses of trees. You're not
So
incredibly far from the moors, so there is a little bit of that structure as well.
cast Find Vampire.
Oh shit, I forgot to prepare that today.
Shit, same.
Darn.
Yeah. Acrio's almost hoping not to find him, so he's not trying. He's probably walking 100 feet, maybe 200 feet away from the wall, just in a circle.
Yeah.
Very loosely waiting for either Lorelei to find something or to Val to just so happen to find them.
What Lorelei's going to do is she will find a particularly long stick just lying around on the floor and cast light on it and hold it above her head in like a flare situation. hoping that maybe the sort of unique, weird coloration of the light that she casts, Val might recognize, and wherever he is,
Counterspell.
see it, and I'll kill you, and he'll see it and come and find them, while also keeping an eye out.
In the foggy early morning hours, this little stick almost looks like a will-o-wisp bobbing in the distance, this little glowing light, almost a ghost light of gray. You pass, circling around Henweir's outer walls, this massive like rubbish heap on the western side where things that shouldn't be tossed in the river but are the extra waste produced by a city that must be disposed of is, dumped over the side of the wall. There's this horrid, reeking stench that comes off of it, which makes you give it an even wider berth. And as you reach the north side, there's a different, but still highly unpleasant smell that comes from this little tent city of ill and dying people pushed outside the walls to help contain as best they can this highly contagious disease. And yet no sign of Val as you've circled the city within, like you said, about 100 to 200 feet.
Lorelei has this forlorn look on her face, the kind you would have when looking for a lost dog. Just where is he?
Can't spend all day doing this. We look, he's not around.
I will have you both make perception checks at this point.
Can I purposely roll disadvantage?
Sure.
Can I not look respectfully? Watch you still get higher than me, even though you're rolling with disadvantage.
He stares at the ground intensely.
I don't see shit.
That one.
Acrio definitely doesn't see shit.
Yay.
But Lorelei, as you've let this light down, still illuminating this tree branch, but not held up in the air, the light starts to fade a bit. And out of the corner of your eye, you think you see some movement. You're not exactly sure what it is. There doesn't seem to be much sound associated with it. Just in the mist, there was some shuffle of shapes.
Immediately, head turn to it and tentatively take a little step closer. Slowly, quietly.
You're approaching the riverbank where it turns a bit and has cut somewhat of a gorge almost, 10, 15 feet deep, where the earth is sunken in around the riverbank. You start to see now the reeds across the way shuffling. There is definitely movement there. And up on the upper bank, the opposite side of this river, you see this wild, tangled mess of white hair burst out of the foliage as if it's being chased by something. Val's face just in a panic, his mouth as if he's trying to scream, and he's tripped and hits the ground as you then see these weird, bloated, bulbous forms trying to clutch onto him. He tumbles down the side almost into the river, and I'm going to need everyone present to roll initiative.
Hell yeah. It's oh damn, this tree's so nice over here. Acrio, help!
Help me! Kappa!
Oh, he is far, and that's a lot of actions
shit.
near him.
Yep. Shit. Ew! Ew, they're so fucking gross. Ew!
Bye, Val.
How did you get across the river? Don't vampires not like water?
Oh yeah, it just so happened vampires
That's a
a-
jump really far. Have you ever seen Twilight? I mean,
In the Innistrad lore, supposedly vampires are adverse to water with the reflection of the moon in it, but that's mostly considered to be yes, totally, that's why the Stensians put moats around their cities, but
And the vampires are like, sure. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
like definitely
it's
that's a
superstition.
thing that you have
Okay.
that will protect you people from us.
We'll play your game
Whatever
for
helps
now.
you sleep at night, babe.
Scary guys.
Yeah, that's a great spread right there.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Hey.
You can go first, and so extra quickly ignore him.
2 nat
Yeah.
20s in the initiative doesn't bode well. Acrio, what is the first reaction you have when Lorelei points this out? Lorelei has moved over to kind of the edge of this little gorge with the river, that
So like here.
rushing, rapid sound of moving water traveling away from the city from where you are now. Yeah, and you can start to see this movement and these undead, bloated corpses attacking what is very close to be another corpse.
Oh, cool. I have ranged spells.
You're in full armor, right?
I am.
This is
Yeah. I
big
wouldn't go
river.
outside a wall with fucking. Actually,
Half-assing it.
you know what? I do have guiding bolt. So Acrio hesitantly moves down to the shoreline. How deep is the water? Like it's a river.
Yeah, you don't really know. I mean, it's a wide river too. This one's like 50, 60 feet across. Yeah, almost 70 feet in some points. It is actually the River Kirch is one of the larger rivers in the region of Innistrad.
Got it. First level guiding bolt on him.
Not on that.
Not on Val. Hesitantly.
Put him down.
I missed.
We'll live another day.
If he rolls on that one, could he hit Val?
10.
10 is literally enough. Just enough
Wow.
to
Ooh.
hit
That's
a
so
bloated
cool.
zombie corpse floating through the river.
Sick. 15
Very
radiant
nice.
damage.
This one that's in the river just starting to claw its way out is blasted with this radiance, the steam sizzling off of it, mixing with the fog that's around you in the morning. It flails somewhat, splashing, and you see maybe one of its lower limbs actually burnt off entirely. The leg just starts to float down the river, but it continues to pull itself up toward this living creature nearby.
Yeah.
Let's see, one of these. This will attempt to grapple Val as it has tumbled down the side of this little gorge with him, and using this 13
That's sick.
acrobatics or athletics check, Val, your choice. Yeah, completely slip away from it. Hands like covered in river water, too slick to hold on to you, as one of the others shambles up and with this bloated, fleshy fist just brings it down on you. It hits this somewhat ill-fitting leather armor that you have acquired, luckily, and just like slides off without, like, you're hit and it almost knocks the wind out of you, but not enough to really damage you at all.
How fast is the river moving? Does it look like kind of rapid, or is it just kind of like a still?
The top of the river is somewhat still, but where it's reaching the shores and any rocks that you can see, there's definitely a current there, and it's perhaps a bit deceiving, just looking at the surface.
Lorelei is going to jump into the river and start swimming. I don't know how far exactly I can get. I will.
Swim speed is half your movement. You will be carried somewhat by the current, and I will need you to make an athletics check to swim in the current.
Athletics. I
So-
have inspiration from recap. Could I-
If you would like to use it, you may.
I would like to. Why is this? I should never use inspiration to reroll shit. It never works.
Rip.
You're going to get to right about there. As Acrio, you've let off this bolt of magic, hit one of these things across the river. The next thing you hear is just a splash next to you, and you see Lorelei start to flail into the water You know, she's still got this shield that she carries, this brigandine armor you've made for her, a full-on dress, and she's just like trying to get through the water, being carried downstream somewhat. It does not look like it's going particularly well.
If I use my action to dash, could I get further?
You can get further, yeah. What's your speed? 30?
30, yeah.
Then that would get you to there.
I'm so blessed in Baldur's Gate to be able to just click the bonus action and it shows me what I can do. I'm so spoiled. Yeah, that's everything for me.
Valerie himself is up.
Let him die, let him die.
Does it look like Lorelei is actively drowning, or is she still more or less
I mean,
fine?
she's above. Her head's above
Okay.
water, but you, like, with all of these corpses coming at you from every side, just your one eye can glance and see her jump into the water. She's bobbing a bit above it and seems to be more taken by the current, but she's not in the process of drowning yet.
Cool. Disengage, and then we just, move up whatever, this...
Just a little slope of the gorge.
well, I mean, as far as I can get.
Yeah, you can scurry away a little bit.
Yeah, so 30 feet away.
It will be a climbing attempt for this. It's a little steep, so you will need to
that's
make
fair.
an athletics check to attempt that. Because you do only have one arm, it is probably going to be at disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Man, not bad.
Still enough.
I
Yeah.
think.
Not quick, not precise, but enough to get yourself tuck and roll and get away from several of these things and dig up into kind of a muddy bank.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, like I said, like I'm getting up as far as I can go, like the whole full range of movement, and seeing as I disengage, this will be my turn.
Only two are the closer ones of these waterlogged undead things are able to get even close to Val. One will attempt a grapple yet again.
Yeah.
That one, even not supposed to be at disadvantage, but even still, as you're attempting to climb up the side of this bank, Val, foot slips, and when you go to pull it back up, you just get yanked back down as you are still kind of midway up the bank, and you look down, seeing this fat hand just holding onto you, while another one of these things, not even really using its fist, more like using its whole body to slam into you. Only 4 points of damage, but it's more the shockwave of pain and that feeling of not being able to escape that's starting to set in as Acrio.
With that kind of angered expression on his face, just at the circumstance he's been put in, kind of lifts when he hears the splash and then the subsequent struggling to stay afloat. So when he turns to see Lorelei just being dragged away, he kind of shouts after her and hesitates for barely a second before leaving his shield behind and throwing the hammer. He's not going to take it, and just jumping into the water after her.
You're gonna sink like a stone.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do a running jump. How far can I get with my strength?
It's a number of feet equal to your strength score, so 16, I believe.
Got it. So I can basically jump 15 feet. And then... So I have another 15 half to 7?
And going to use your action to dash to get to her. Yeah, you would be able to get to her with all that.
Okay. And now I'm rolling athletics to not be dragged away. Okay.
Mm-hmm. With an additional D4 for being Stygian.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna human determinations that one.
Okay.
Well, fuck you. I have inspiration.
There we go. I was so scared it was gonna keep ticking down.
Yeah, 7, 8, 7,
6.
6. And let's slap a D4 on there. 22.
Yeah, you can easily get to Lorelei, even with this heavy armor. This splint that is weighing you down, you have to kick like none other just to keep yourself above the surface of this torrent of water, but after leaping and splashing into your, like, she's the only thing you can see, and make your way to her and grab onto Lorelei.
Yeah, when he grabs onto her, he's just, what are you doing? We're gonna drown.
I have to help him. I have to go get him.
We could help him from the other side of the river.
Not fast enough.
Just swim as hard as you can.
Yeah, 2 more of these corpses. Only one of them is actually able to get to Val, since he's still partially up this embankment. But the one that does will attempt to bite him, opening up these just like flabby jaws with broken teeth. Fortunately, Val just, like, with his one arm swings back, smacks it in the face, and while it tries to, like, gurgle and growl and chomp at him, is not able to do so, as Val is then, like, dog-piled and grappled by these grasping, drowned dead.
Does it feel like Acrio was pulling Lorelei away or towards? Like, did he jump in to, like, fish her out and stop her swimming across?
No. At this point, pull her back to the other side.
Okay. Can you cast spells when you're swimming?
Depends on the spell, probably, which one you're trying to do.
I was gonna attempt... Coward kill. I'm going to attempt a hinder, because that's... And I'm gonna try and attempt it
On Acrio.
Get off
I don't
me!
need your help. Boop.
I'm gonna try and attempt it on this last one that hasn't got up there yet, just to try and...
Yeah, verbal and somatic, I think you could do that well enough for a cantrip.
Yeah, the shadows will, like, crawl out from the edge of the river, like as if they surfaced out, and then just, like, almost like trying to pull the bastard back in to the water to hold him back.
And it will be restrained as, yeah, Val especially can see this darkness form on the edge of the water, like something moving under the surface, and then just concentrated shadow and darkness reaching out and stopping this thing from being able to move nearly as much as it should. And undead are usually fairly lumbering anyway.
Yeah, if Acro is pulling her back, she will reluctantly acquiesce and go with them.
No, we're going this way.
Oh, we're going towards it? Oh, you said
Oh.
pull back!
No, pull towards the opposite side of shore.
Oh, okay. Then... Yeah, how can we...
Because you are effectively locked together, you will be able to make your athletics check if you're moving in the same direction with advantage.
Oh, sick.
Effectively, you'll be helped.
Yay. Athletics. Much better.
Oh,
Yeah.
buggers.
Then a natural 1.
The power of friendship.
Hey.
They were really good friends.
And Val, eating, but it is his turn while being eaten.
Okay.
Eat or
Coming
be
full
eaten.
cycle here, so gonna try and get out.
Which you are able to do so.
Yeah, get out from there. Probably my action, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't move, or I can move, but I shouldn't move. There's 4 of them. Fuck it. We try to move further up. Haul ass with my full movement, so I believe that's 4 attacks of opportunity.
Yes, and 2 of those will be attempts to grapple you.
Cool.
Back
I hate
again.
that.
10 and 13.
Okay. Never mind. I am not
These
going
things-
anywhere.
It's like someone flailing in the water, not unlike Lorelei a moment ago, grasping at anything, trying to hold on for a lifeline as they are drowning, and just pulling you back down.
Bye, Val.
Just beaten and bitten. You feel the blood start to drain from you. I don't think you're quite bloodied, but you can feel all of these wounds, and something about the blood in your own system being drained from you is extremely taxing.
Okay.
The one that is hindered will not be able to move but like 10 feet. Barely
I'm
able to even
helping.
shamble forward. 2 more bites are going to come at you.
Oh.
Does a 15 actually connect?
The last one hits, yeah.
First one, you kick its gross, flabby face away, and as you do and pull your leg back, it's immediately clutched and bitten onto by this other zombie-like thing, which I do think is enough to put him below bloodied.
Yes.
Cool. And I'm dashing as well. Let me get
Okay.
that.
You are able to dash and, kick through the water, but you are somewhat pulled down with the stream. Put you right about there
Yeah.
when it's all said and done. Meanwhile,
Serenity.
halfway across the city, Cillian and Amrita have just come upon the house and healing operation that Pearl Westing had established in the lower class area of the city. They discovered a pair of guards outside who denied them entry.
Well, I guess we will go and find a different healer. Unfortunate. Have a nice day, gentlemen.
Glance to each other without saying anything and then eyeball you as you walk away.
Towards where all the sick people would be, towards the north.
Mhm.
And as soon as we round a corner and break eye contact and are out of earshot, okay, they're lying. Or at least interpreting something wrong.
Does seem rather odd, especially after what I overheard last night. That was very garbled, but well, they said something about an inspector, so I wonder.
Well, I smell bullshit. And I promise I'm not getting back into old patterns, but I need to get in there now, before they take everything away, before everything that's to be learned is gone. They help me.
Guess you'll have to try and find a way around the back if they're in the front. I think Amrita's trying to look and see where they are to see if there's some back entryway.
Yeah, what are we talking? Single house? All
There
next
it
to
is
each
a
other,
row of, as you can see in the image, a lot of houses are multi-storied, all built on top of each other in rows, and there are alleys between them, places where people have strung lines with laundry and that sort of thing out to dry. You can see, actually make a perception check, both of you, if you would.
Okay.
Yeah, Cillian more focused on the ground and getting around in some of these alleys, doesn't notice what Amrita catches, partially with her hearing, what sounds like men at work, and you cast your eyes back down just that main street where the guards are still standing, and you see across the way, a couple structures down, there are a handful of individuals seem to be pulling the thatch off of one of the roofs, and you can hear it shuffle down, falling into some cart as they're in the process of re-roofing one of the buildings nearby. Cillian would know that there is also an alley that goes behind these buildings between the 2 blocks of the street and tight, and there are a fair number of rats that scurry when you try to even move in there a bit, but
There's that option
rats.
over there.
Where?
Over there, they're doing something with roofing, but given daylight, that might be harder.
I know, but that's bad because I've had to deal with roofers before. It's a boring job, so they're always paying attention to anything that's not the roof. Might need something like a
Okay.
distraction.
you wouldn't think that they would be able to see you from behind, but
Oh, okay. Assume they were
they may have
sentries.
seen, as you accurately pointed out, they may have seen something.
I suppose I could speak with the guards about something else unrelated. That way I could give you a chance to go inside and they hopefully hear nothing.
I don't have the best eye for detail. No, want you there with me, though. I can fix up this distraction if we need it. There's hopefully Yeah, there's someone I can use.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be
Let's
able to
try
find
to just
detail.
do this unseen first, and after go talk to them up there.
Okay.
And I want to see about the alley. Squeeze myself in, see if there's any access points or things I can latch onto.
It's walkable, tight. You don't have to physically squeeze yourself, but it is highly narrow, just built between the two buildings, probably to allow water drainage. There is a fair amount of refuse and things that have been discarded, evidence that people have slept here at some point in this little causeway, but it's completely abandoned now, other than the urban wildlife that one would find. And there are these small, not exactly windows, but like hatches that you can, open to either let air through or toss things out, it looks like.
Can Amrita smell any of like the blood at all? Of what house maybe has blood at all? If they said she killed herself?
You can make a survival check.
Okay.
Not picking up any blood, really. I mean, there's odors in this space. There's probably animals that have been devoured, but as far as the scent of human blood, there's nothing. So you might have to try to calculate how far down you went.
There's too many
can we?
odors. Yeah.
You can both make intelligence checks if you'd like to try to figure out how many steps you had gone and then work your way back that way.
I'm just going to go ahead and add my inspiration to this, so.
Sure.
Yes. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Phew.
Very necessary, as Cillian is counting and just about to start to pry open one of these hatches, and you grab his wrist, realizing you're still like 2 houses down.
Nope, not that one.
No, I've done this before. I'm certain it's going to be this one.
It's not.
But we did 7 there and then 7 here. So it's this one.
No, just don't overthink it. Just go that way.
Well, if this is going to be wrong, listen, I'm the professional here. You should be listening to me. And fuck, you're right. No. I forgot because I counted after the one with the Blackstones, and the Blackstones is...
Numbers are an easy thing to remember sometimes for myself.
Yeah, I'm not really a numbers guy, more of a words guy.
But you don't even like reading, so focus on the matter at hand. You're not focusing.
You're absolutely right. This is okay. These hatches are eye level, or do we need to climb to reach them?
They are, although there are also ones higher up. If you would like to try to make your way through there, you would find that when you get to the one that Amrita believes to be the actual location of Westing's house, obviously that is latched from the inside.
Right, we can both do this, but I want to show off. I grab something from my burglar's pack to slide it in between, lift the little hatch.
Make a tools check.
Yeah.
It's not incredibly difficult. It does take a few attempts. The latch is, it's a hook and eye type situation, but it's tight. And so getting something that'll actually get in there and still be strong enough to lift it is a chore. But eventually you are able to do so.
Or I swing them open. I want to listen to see if they hear anything inside, or if I can hear the guards moving.
Yeah. Pressing your ear up against it just as you dislatched it. There doesn't seem to be any movement at all on the inside. The guards, if they are moving, it's subtle enough that you can't make it out on the opposite side of the house.
All right. Let's do this. Creep them open, step inside.
As you swing the hatch, I mean, it's like a small, windowish size deal. You can peer in. The first thing you're hit with is this smell. It's partially herbal, medicinal. There's something else that you can't quite place. And there's a coldness distinct change in temperature when you open it. You can see racks of shelves with vials and pharmaceuticals, plants that have been ground down. You seem to be almost in like a kitchen, it looks like. And Cillian, you look up around countertops. There appears to be the stovetop had something on it, like boiling maybe, but it's like boiled over and gone cold now. And on the floor in the middle of this space, you see Pearl just laid out, sprawled out on the ground. There's no blood around her, but obviously not conscious or living. And you can get all that without actually having to step in, but...
He goes from like ready to step in, ready to do his little thing, to being immediately hit by the reality of the situation. And he glances back a little bit. The more time around here, the easier we're spotted. Need to step in. And I go on a sort of automatic mode.
Yeah, I think Amrita's going to try and see if she recognizes any of these herbs or smells at all, and probably goes over to the thing on the stove to look at it.
You can climb through this window fairly easily, but because it is set up above her countertop with, various cooking and herbal preparing utensils there, I will need both of you to make acrobatics checks not to disturb anything as you're clambering through.
Okay, I'm going to prepare a hero point should this go awry. Okay.
Yep, both of you lively squeeze your way through and avoid stepping on anything in particular, grabbing onto one of the shelves to shift yourself around and then climb down without disturbing anything.
Oh, there's still
And you
someone
said
there.
you were going over.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, no, it's fine. Amrita will go to the stove, but yeah, she's like going through the window, like probably behind him. It's like, this is freaking small.
Yeah, or head down a little bit and I can see then, but you'll have to squeeze through that. And I think, well, first I say to Reigen, why are you not standing guard yet?
Maybe I had your dad doing it.
Well, that's your job. Come on, outside. If they're moved, tell me, please.
Do not like it.
Okay, I say to me that. You look around. Find out how she died, please.
First thing
I'm
we
gonna
can
ask her.
see is that this pot that was on the stove had several potatoes in it that have like boiled, and the water's boiled over. They're still sitting there just soggy and soaking.
Yeah, she will look down from the stove and kneeling but not messing with Pearl's body, just trying to discern how she got that way and maybe that she fell.
She is face down. Her hair is in a mess, tumbled about, on the ground. Appears that she's still wearing similar clothing from what you had seen before, the day before Cillian. She had not changed out of that. As I said, Amrita, there's no smell of blood. There's, from what you can observe on her, make a medicine check.
I'll add a hero point to that.
The 15, you're not seeing any obvious signs of bruising on any of the exposed skin. There isn't much. She's wearing a full dress, but you notice she's not wearing her shoes anymore. She must have taken those off at some point, potentially. Socks are a bit dirty, but you don't see any like signs of abrasions on her ankles, on her wrists, anywhere that you can observe while she is not moving.
Yeah,
or rather unmoved.
Yeah, Amrita at some point probably just lightly lifts. She lifts one of Pearl's wrists, but careful not to make the body move in any way. It doesn't appear that there's any kind of bruising, or there's definitely no blood from what I can see or smell at all. I can't really tell much more here. There's a lot of odors in this house in general.
Cillian is sort of looking around the space. He's looking if there's light in here, will it creep out through the front of the building? Will the guards see it? If I light a candle here?
Given this space, probably not. It's just a hatch is the only access point. The smokestack from the chimney goes up from the stove, but other than that, in the deeper part of the house, far away from any past the drawing room and anything like that.
I could turn her head
only
over to look at it, but I didn't want to move her too much.
Did you dead? If circumstances are the same as with her death, this might be a little easier. I'm going through all the herbs, looking for stuff I need. I have some with me, but not everything. Looking for like sagey stuff. I have some candles in my pack. There's no blood, right? So I don't do
Nope.
anything else. But I start setting up a seance.
I'm going to need you to roll percentile to see if you can do this quickly enough before you get an alert from Reigen. It's close. I'm going to say you get this all set up, and just as you are about to start performing this ritual, that's when Reigen, just not even quite in your ear, like you don't even feel him around you, but this just alert, like, movement, someone's coming.
I want to send a message to one of the guards immediately, hoping for... Now, my message works a little weirdly, so I'm going to ask if I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give one of them a message by, like, an older gentleman, but making it sound like he's farther away than... Like, I don't... Normally, it's like my geist whisper in someone's ears. Can I make my geist yell something from a different point? Is that
potentially
possible? Okay, I want to sound like some guy fell off the roof with the roofers.
Okay.
Like
I'll have you make a deception
Yes.
check.
I'm going to use inspiration for that one.
Okay. You go with the higher
New
result.
roll or best
so,
roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Disregard the low roll with inspiration if you take the higher one. So, as you do this and you send out one of these spirits, it's almost like a delayed reaction, but you almost hear in the distance your own self this like faked scream and try to make some kind of shuffling sound. Reigen says, "I'm not sure they bought it, but they are moving. There's still someone else coming."
I didn't succeed. This needs to go away or we're incriminated as fuck. I stab the candles, I put the herbs back, and I open the hatch and try to climb out as fast as possible.
Anything else Amrita is doing before? I assume she does the same.
Yeah, I think she'll try to see if there's pieces of paper that have notes of anything before just getting out of there.
Mm-hmm. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
You would find in this room there is a notebook, possibly a journal.
She's just gonna grab it.
Okay.
Yep.
Tuck and run.
Yep.
Once you make your way out of Westing's house, away from the body, I assume closing the hatch, you won't really be able to relatch it, but at least closing it. What are you doing?
I look around to see if anyone's looking or is coming, or... I'm paranoid right now.
Coming back around like the same way that you guys had come, or which way you're going?
I want to hide here and hope to listen in.
Okay.
I think Amrita's gonna start flipping through the pages of the book that she took out.
Also attempting to hide in the alley.
Yeah.
Sure. You can both make stealth checks. You are well out of line of sight, so you'll have advantage. Hunkering down, Amrita, you start to flip through the pages. Mostly it is notes on individuals that she has helped, little tinctures and concoctions she's made and how much she has told people to take, and then notes where she's like scratched out and reduced it or upped the amount depending on results. There are notes of people that she suspects may have contracted this weeping pox. She doesn't really know anything about it as far as you can tell from her notes. And can I have you make an insight check on them?
Yes. I'm gonna add a hero. Wait, there's a hero point. Nah, that's not gonna do shit. Unless they're. You know what? Fuck it. Damn it.
With a 9, you find these notes almost in the margin saying just little things like, he came around again today. There's references to a he, but you don't exactly know who. Like, there's lots of patients mentioned in this, so you're not 100% sure what any of that means. And it doesn't take very long before you start to hear heavy armored boots inside this house start to move through. It sounds as though they're skirting the edges of the room, looking around, potentially pausing, and you can hear muffled voices back and forth discussing. Can I have Cillian in particular make a perception check? So 16. There's something familiar about one of the voices. Maybe it's one of the guards, maybe it's not. You're not 100% sure, but there's something about it that just strikes you as being familiar.
He's too stunned to talk. He doesn't want to give his position away. The latch is not like lacquered, or it's not see-through, right? It's like completely shuttered.
Correct. No, it's a solid, set of planks.
I just try voices, or to try to hear anything they're talking about.
Seem to be discussing the state of the body. One of them, the one that actually sounds familiar now, you recognize that it is a male, and it is noting things like rigor mortis has set in, the body's stiff, there's no signs of a struggle anywhere in this room.
What's that voice? There sounds like a doctor. We need to come on. And I want to get to an angle where if they leave again, I can see who's leaving.
Sure. You
so
can definitely
go around the house.
As Cillian and Amrita are scurrying back down the alley, trying to position themselves so that they can see the front door, and there's still one of the guards placed in position, or else maybe someone new that has been put there, while the others are inside. Lorelei and Acrio are still kicking against the current, trying to make their way across the river, splashing through this water as they can just see these corpses piling up on Val, dragging him back down the side of this little gorge. As, two of them are going to attempt to slam and bite into him yet again. The slam it's too wet and sloppy to really do any damage as it, glances off of him. Fleshy rolls, but the bite from almost this like jawless face, just these teeth exposed, start tearing into him yet again. For consistently doing max damage on that too.
I was about to say, it's like getting killed by a sloppy wet roll. It sounds like
you
the
getting
worst
killed by
way
it
to
wet.
go.
Take me out sloppy style.
It's like, Cillian, how did he die? Lorelei and Acrio was like,
Sloppily.
Can anyone really tell?
So, paddle time? Athletics, would it be? Still with advantage?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Working together. Are you going to dash or just push forward the best you can?
I'm gonna put. I'll see how forward I can get before dashing.
Yeah, with a 12, even working together, the bend in the river does pull you down further. You're not far from the shore at this point.
Yeah, dash.
But you are
starting
to be pulled away, from Val and the rest of them. So you'll be able to kind of like break away, pull yourself up onto the edge, the bank, into some of these reeds and rushes on the side.
If that's as far as I can get, then
Fucking leave me behind.
Lorelei. I only have my bonus action, so yeah, I will call down a spiritual weapon. I'll have it appear like on the opposite side of Val, to up against this tree situation.
I left my holy symbol on the other side of the river.
Oh, you need it to turn.
Plus side of having your shield as your spirit, your thing is.
Luckily,
you can cast
I have.
with your
Luckily,
shield.
I have it. So just you get Val.
I have a symbol of Avacyn somewhere on me, probably.
on
Got
your
like
clothes.
80 of them, but not all of them are sufficient for casting
Yeah.
through. But
did not mean to be advantage, but it's the same either
For
way.
sure. Yeah, going for one of the ones that had just bitten into Val. This broken, almost ghostly looking shovel, Lorelei's spiritual weapon, manifests and hacks down at this thing with force, dividing some of its flab.
Don't say it like that.
I mean, I guess it's get the grapple.
If you eat, like, that will probably break the grapple if you want to do that. But then
Yeah,
moving
but-
is tricky. It's a
Just
question
take,
of does
like-
he want to try to move and attempt to be caught again, or does he want to just hunker down and try not to be bitten too bad?
Fetal position.
Probably gonna get re-grabbed it either way, so yeah, let's just dodge, I suppose.
Or just do like a burst fire attack.
Yeah, just explode.
With all the attacks that Val has.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're a
I
vampire now, right? You have like
gonna
7
do
short sword attacks.
first aid,
Sure.
which I believe gets me above bloodied.
Just tightening yourself into this little coil and
Yeah.
grabbing things out of your bags to like, salve the wounds as this shovel is starting to hack into one of these zombies behind you and distract them momentarily. You're able to seal up a little bit of the bleeding, and with disadvantage, these two, neither one of those are going to be able to connect now with him, taking more of a defensive, kicking them off and trying to focus on, rather than escaping, just beating them away.
Start with an athletics. Do I still get advantage, or
No, but I mean, you're going to be able to make it to the shore. It just depends on how far down.
got it? Is that all my movement speed?
Mm-hmm. You might have
Sure.
another 5 to, slosh your way out of the river.
Yeah, he pulls himself out and just hair, like he's a sad wet dog, just like pull it out of his eyes.
Lorelei approves.
Pull one of his several hatchets that he has literally never touched before, and just yeet.
Yeet!
And for the first time in 5 years, I'm gonna cast Divine Arm.
Okay.
5 years, really?
Yeah, I've literally never cast Divine Arm before.
That's you're full of shit. You absolutely have.
We've talked about it so much.
No, we
But
have done it. We have done it.
No, we were talking about we've talked about it a lot because we also never knew.
Not since last Acrio.
We also
Yeah, that's what I
never
mean, like,
knew how it
previous
properly
incarnation.
worked because we thought it was cast it
One and
once, one and done, but it's actually for a whole minute everything I throw. So that'll be a 26.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And these are hatchets, so that's 1d6
Plus
plus
strength,
my
yeah.
strength plus 2d10. Let me just copy and paste that. Just like it like it's like a charge up as he pulls it behind him. Like the head glows almost red hot, but more that yellowish glow, and then just as he throws it, it's more like a javelin in just a streak of light behind the axe follows it before burying itself in the zombie.
It would typically make a save for its undead fortitude, but because there is this radiant burst of angelic light from the divine arm, it cannot and will be destroyed. The hatchet
that'll be
does
my turn.
shatter upon impact, the hit of it spinning up in the air and then plunking into the water.
Yeah.
2 more of these that are on Val with disadvantage, trying to consume flesh. 13s both come close, but some of it just being catching cloth, some of it being this, slightly protective armor that he's got on, though it doesn't quite fit his frame perfectly, is enough to protect him somewhat.
Striding over. I have my full movement, right? I'm not like
Mhm.
bogged down. I don't. Okay, cool.
Correct. I mean, you're sloppy, soaking wet, but yeah.
Then she will get to like the bottom of this incline, and as she's walking over, it's like a very slow, like purposeful, like white hot fury behind her, and chanting a prayer with like every step. It's like Hermanum eos ad somnum tuum redibis, and turn undead, which will hopefully destroy them if they are weak enough.
There were fireworks outside as soon as you were done saying that phrase. It was ridiculous. You bum, 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 explosion sound. I'm so
Nice.
sad I was muted. Because would have definitely heard that.
Oh, that's sick. I'm so glad I was cool in some way. Only one of them will succeed.
What does it look like when they are destroyed by this angelic rage?
As she's chanting, it sort of compels them to look at her. And as she makes eye contact with them, this sort of silvery teal-ish, like a kind of a hint of green in there, will just start to like glow from behind their mouths as it opens. And then they're like a dwarf star just collapse in on themselves. Like this radiance inside them just eats away at them.
And it's like wicking away the moisture in their bloated corpse flesh that just then shrivels to like paper and ash. All but one of them, which is affected somewhat, but then like rolls and turns and like looks like it's trying to swipe at you. But first Val is up.
Oh wait, I still have my bonus action. I want to bring my spiritual weapon around town.
That will hit.
Miss.
Yeah, am I freaking affected by the turn ended as well?
I don't think it's actually.
Vampires aren't undead.
Yeah, vampires aren't actually undead. I was fucking around.
Yeah, not
Your disease.
Just double checking. Okay, cool.
He is, however, not grappled because the one holding him down turns to paper.
Cool.
I put him through the shredder.
Disengage, and then we're just gonna move.
Which also means Acrio using your disease to be cured can be applicable here.
Wiggle out from this one that is like the last one still moving after the rest have shriveled and nearly exploded with this radiant channeling of angelic magics. Val gets away, and last one had kind of turned and was swinging toward Lorelei. That's what it will do. You almost feel the knuckle bones start to break in its like flabby fist against this brigandine armor that you're wearing, and it's just like the whole wrist just snaps.
Yoink another of the hand axes, making sure he starts to grab his grandfather's one. He's like, not that one. And then throws that one. 16.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Jesus Christ.
That is more hit points than it had, and because there is radiant involved in that, it cannot use its undead fortitude. So another one just collides, the weapon shatters on it, burst of light. There's splinters off of the weapon that shoot back at Lorelei. She has to shield her face from it, but the soggy flesh that explodes on her is almost worse.
I'm gonna be using divine arm all the time, baby.
You're gonna need a lot of weapons.
I'm a forge cleric.
That's true.
But the only thing you are left with is this steady trickle of water, the coursing Kirch River next to you.
Acrio will walk up behind Lorelei and just kind of set a hand on the back of her shoulder. You did good.
Thanks.
And then he casts his much more scolding gaze at the animal cowering in the corner.
Stares at the both of them, trying to assess, the wounds that he has gotten, how much he needs to patch himself up, stays where he is.
Relax. You're okay now. Lorelei will slowly approach Val, assessing him to see.
Probably pull back. Acrio was, he's still looking at him with,
There's a second one behind her.
He's in a stand.
his usual intense stare, and the last time, Acrio told him to get the fuck out. He did that, and it's like, I don't know, like not even half a day, and they're coming back, so he's not sure if Acrio's not here to, fucking obliterate him. So
you've got these bite marks and torn flesh. You would see, Val, that the shadows that had gone out from Lorelei and clutched onto this other undead thing, stopping it from moving, just move across the ground underneath the hem of her skirt and disappear.
What?
But yeah, Lorelei, seeing how Val looks, she'll look back at Acrio with sort of a strict look in her eye, like, reel it in.
He'll approach past her, still staring down at him, hold out his hand with the same glow, and cast Healing Word. So you get, there, 5 health. Congratulations.
You can distinctly see that this angelic magic does not affect Val's wounds at all, in the same way you think back and you remember during that fight with the creature in the Needle's Eye Pass, you had attempted to do something similar, and there was the same effect. He does get temp HP, I believe, from it, but not actual healing.
Yep. Great. Yeah, and his eyes squint harder into a scolding gaze.
And then Val is gonna back away again. He's pretty banged up, but he knows how to patch himself up. So he just looks at his gaze shifting, looks at Lorelei, pained, as well as apologetic expression as he tries to, pull back into, I don't know. This is like a more, what's the vegetation here?
There are river reeds, and there are trees and undergrowth.
So he could slink into the foliage. Okay, then he would begin slinking into the foliage, backing away now, not really waiting anymore, get away from them.
Lorelei calls out, and her voice catches in her throat. Cillian's sick.
Val stops at that.
I don't know how to fix it. I think you caught what's going around here. You're the doctor. Please. I need your help.
Takes a moment, but slowly re-emerges from the foliage. Looking at Lorelei, makes his way back over, keeping his distance from Acrio as much as possible, closer to Lorelei. Getting out, his pen and paper, lead me to him.
Well, let's go pick up Acrio's things and we'll get right back. I don't know exactly where he's gone, but I think he said we'd be meeting up at the inn, the Traveler's Inn. I think that's where we're going. So, if you want to wait there, by all means. We still, I think, have a library to go to. Or we can just wait for Cillian. It's up to you. If you'd rather we stay, that's up to you.
His gaze shifts to Acrio and points into the general direction of the Traveler's Inn, leaving it to them whether they want to wait with him or if they want to go ahead and do their other business.
Okay, I'm gonna make this very abundantly clear. You don't go where I am not. You don't leave my sight. You don't go where I can't see you. You don't leave without my permission. If I ever see you outside of 30 feet from where I am, I will cut you down. For now, we need you, and maybe we can fix you. But if you disappear and do anything that I don't know about, and I find out, I am going to kill you like you're a vampire, just like any other. So I will have mercy for now, but you are on a very fucking tight leash. And if you understand that, and the predicament that you're in, then I'm willing to find some solution for you. Okay. All right, let's go.
Yeah, he just kind of trots after them.
Lorelei has a very perturbed look on her face. Like that was like, oh shit. She looks a little frightened.
Steps 5 feet out from 35 feet, just fucking wham! What the fuck did I say?
Look, pal, you're half a feet away. It's like
Val trips and falls over out the way.
Acrio's there with a fucking tape measure.
did I stutter?
Constantly measuring the meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
what do you guys do? Do you head back to the Traveler's Inn, cross the bridge, collect Acrio's gear, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah.
You do know that your armor is going to start to suffer from the corrosion of having been gotten wettish.
Mine is
Unless
not.
you have your magic thing on it.
I do.
Nice.
So it is shining as the first day Acrio joined this group. Yeah, he'll pick the hammer up and as well as the shield and slap one on his hip and the other on his back. There's no point in going back to the Traveler's Inn. We'll just be sitting on our hands for however long it takes us to go back. We might as well take a trip to the library. I'm sure they'll have no issue having us both go in, or both of you go in with me.
Okay.
Unless, of course, our vampire friend burns up immediately upon getting near a church.
Pauses. There's a very uncomfortable expression mixed in with like, you know, a certain measure of like uncertainty.
It dawns on all three of them that they're not entirely sure if he will or not.
Yeah. That half joke turned into a, oh wait,
I suppose we'll find out when we get there.
did Cillian and Amrita say where they were going?
Some kind of medicine woman, I think.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
They seem to know where they were going.
Okay, to the library we go. Now, is the library in the church or a building that is associated with the church?
Fortunately, you find that the library is not located in an actual church.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rita just
and it doesn't-
wanted
Is it just that-
information.
Yeah, is it just that they won't let anyone but the Cathars have access to that particular intel?
That seems to be what the librarian indicated to Amrita, and she conveyed to you, was there were certain books that were restricted in access other than, you know, church-approved individuals.
Got it. Okay, yeah, to the library we go then.
Librario.
The woman behind the desk is a little bit curt. She doesn't recognize you, but you've dried off for the most part at this point. Probably have your hat back on. And the armor, the adornments of the various symbols of Avacyn, this clearly angelic weapon that Acrio carries is enough to convince her that there's not really any point in arguing.
Yeah, fucking Tom fucking Harry walking in with a holy weapon. Are you a Cathar?
Does give a side glance to Lorelei in her dark clothes and armor and this like generally gloomy appearance that she has.
Oh,
well
do
as
we have
Val, who is-
our entry passes on us? We would keep them, right?
Mhm.
Should pull out our entry pass and point on the occupation where it says Forge Master's Assistant.
By that
Stenzians.
point,
They're
this woman has shifted her gaze to Val, who is still clearly injured, bandaged himself up, but not doing well at all. And yeah, it's just a strange grouping. But-
Strange little cavalcade.
yeah.
Fine. Do as you will.
Is it a particular section or
You are welcome to Anywhere in the library you would so choose.
Got it. Well, have a good day.
Yes.
Lorelei's immediately setting off to find the information that Amrita wanted.
I
And I feel
was
like
about to hand her a snippet with what are we looking for before she takes off and leaves him
Yeah,
with
Lorelei.
Acrio.
She looks like she
So
knows
it's,
where she's
very
looking for.
very hesitantly pushes the snippet towards him.
Yeah, he opens it, crumples it up, stuffs it in a pocket. She is looking for books for Amrita. You, however, are going to look for books to fix Cillian.
Sets off and tries to see what medical books they have here, if there is anything useful that he doesn't know from the doctor.
Sure. I will have both of you roll D10, I think. Hold on a sec before I...
Library use. Wait.
Someone
That's
just
not
kicks through the
possible.
window and we have an initiative again.
Yes, D10 from both Lorelei and Val, please.
Yay! Big time. Is
Average.
big time good?
Or
Big time
unbig.
good? Oh no, big time good.
Ooh, yeah, this works out really well for Lorelei, although
Can I
maybe not
help
exactly
Valerie by dumb forged person luck? Just oh, hey, look at that book.
Because he's just taller. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Just start throwing books at me.
Yeah. Read
Divine
this.
arming
Yeah.
the book. She's still got concentration.
Yeah.
It's this is a book about baking.
We'll see.
How's that supposed to help?
Yeah, Val just having to read a book completely irrelevant because the guy has a fucking gun to his head.
Lorelei, you don't come across anything. Basically, you've got this big stack of books of things that you think might have some information about curses and, various possibilities, things about history of Vistani or oral traditions that have been written down, a lot of which are the information doesn't really agree. You do come across a tome titled Uncommon Monsters, this catalog of unique and not commonly found, obviously, creatures in Innistrad, and could contain some information in that.
Yeah, go skimming.
Which does create a bit of a tangent from the either Oblivion or Daughters of Miasma research, whatever it is you were initially looking for. While Val, I'll have you make a medicine check.
Prepare yourselves for the most terrible medicine check. Yep. Roll a 3.
Do you have anything to add to that? Or...
Wait. One sec.
Acro smacks him upside the head. No.
Yeah.
Remember stuff.
There we go.
Ooh, nice. So advantage then?
Basically, sorry.
You got a
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart, didn't you? I knew it.
Fucking
Every
love
time.
it. We should have put that on the bingo.
Tristan eating a Pop-Tart.
Yeah. I'm going
put
to
that
say
on it.
something, but it's hang on, I got a Pop-Tart.
Because Acro is decently good at medicine. It's almost like a faint glow falls on books that are semi more relevant to what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And filters out the ones that aren't.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, there we go.
Most of the information you find on plagues, quick spreading diseases, things that kill quickly and rapidly, a lot of it has to do with containment, isolating the victims, making sure they don't come in contact with other people, as well as things like trying to determine if it's spread via water, if it's a miasma-based thing that you breathe in. So seems to be what the Dr. Mueller had indicated and surmised himself, which is why he created these, masks. And you did recall, Val, seeing several of the guards that you had witnessed patrolling this little tent city had also been wearing these masks with a beak shape to stuff with other aromas that will hopefully block out the airborne disease. However,
Okay.
the individual points of this pox, it seems to be a bit new, and the specifics are not really found in any of the historical records about it. Pox usually are related to sores and pussy swellings that appear. Usually that is caused by an imbalance in the humors related to, the phlegm humor, and it builds up so much that it just starts to bubble out skin. So looking for ways to rebalance that would be the first step.
I'm so glad I stole that journal now.
But you also come across a book that's a bit random, but catches your eye, maybe because of the author. Heard the name before. Don't know if you've ever read any of his work or her work. You're not even entirely sure. But the title on the spine of this red leather bound book is The Condition We Call Death, with death in quotation marks, by the author Reinhold.
The Condition We Call Death. Can you type out the name just so that I know how to spell it?
Reinhardt!
Now it's Reinhold.
Now it's Rhine time.
Hey, I got it right.
Reinhold, okay.
Got it right.
If I have heard of them, what do I know? Is it like, do I literally just know the name, or do I know like
You can make
what
a
they're
history
known
check.
for in general? Okay.
You've heard the name, and you know that they are a writer, published, obviously. But as far as like the extent of their work and whether or not it has to do with what you're looking for specifically, or if it might verge into why vampires don't die typically, you can't say for sure, but that concept piques your interest.
Okay, then he'll just take that as well, more as like an afterthought, getting all the books, figure out at least what to do for the beginning here, and pauses, reaches for the last one, goes back for a moment to grab it, going through the books and trying to see what he can, surmise.
Meanwhile, can I have Cillian tell Lorelei some of the folklore that might be known, whether it's true or false, about the Daughters of Miasma?
Yeah, sure, I know that.
Mm-hmm. Just make it up right now on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. I think there are a lot of rumors about how they move, how they more like seem to show up places than people actually see them traveling. And I think they are known for kindness, but not in perpetuity. So like a new person is almost holy, like a new person is potentially new family, but if they show them to not turn out that way, there are some angry, powerful folk there who you don't want to draw the ire of. A lot of the folklore and the things you read about them feel almost like stories of hags, or in that sort of, they almost seem to be written with intent to scare.
There would probably be some references to the rumor that maybe they lure in men and then kill them, because there's almost no men within this group. So it's like, be warned,
Definitely.
you go near the Daughters of Miasma, you probably get yourself killed, your dick cut off.
Yeah. Exactly. That's great. And they're pretty associated with Geists, even without the Vaporway. I think there are rumors that they are traveling along the road between life and death, that in some ways they could take you to it if you wanted to, in a peaceful but also in a scary way. I think you read that it's one of the least, well, obviously because all the men die, but even without that, not a lot of new members accumulate. I think a lot of bounce off, and only some decide to stay if coerced by the guy who impregnated you, for instance.
Hell yeah.
A lot of that, a lot of on the march towards death. Every step we take is one towards death. And I think there is an emphasis on memory. Remembering those that have tread on the road towards death, and knowing that it is a road. So you read a lot about the Vistani way of thinking, that a road is something that connects all. Like you could be hundreds of miles apart, but still standing on the same made thing, this road. And the daughters of Miasma believe that that road continues into death, and especially the same family members are connected through that road. Like some are standing beyond the veil on it, and some before the veil, but they are still connected by this made thing, made by either their belief or like physically. I think that's a good amount.
Me just furiously typing all of that down, like I want all of this, I want all of this, I want to write all of this down. Yeah, especially that part of like connecting families. She thinks of her own for a minute.
Unfortunately, the one thing you don't find is the origin of this so-called vaporway curse, if that's what it is. How it started and why it affects them in particular is not recorded. Whether or not they even know is another question.
While she's perusing this, what was it called? Unknown monsters?
Uncommon.
Uncommon, that was it. She wants to have a look and see if there's anything regarding shadows or mirrors. Just, you know, after sort of reading that and not finding anything of what she originally came here for, it's like, oh, well, I'm here. Might as well see if there's anything in this.
When in Rome.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
When in tome.
Shut up.
Investigate. I'm not very smart.
There definitely is. There are references to demons that lurk in shadows. There are a lot of superstitions involved, but mirrors are mostly in reference to how it will reveal certain vampires' true form, or what they would look like if they were not vampires, especially if it's moon silver-backed mirror. Most mirrors are made with silver, so it has some kind of effect, but a moon silver mirror will have even more so. But those are notes in relation to other creatures that it's like, oh, but it doesn't work for this thing. A lot of the monsters you find are like individual things, possibly even like you don't find the specifics of the Blood Feaster that you had faced in the Sumberwald, but it's things like that, creatures that have been twisted by curses or dark ley lines or created by witches, probably a reference to an owl bear in there having, torn through a village, amalgamations of horror.
She will sort of sit on the floor as she's reading this, like rather than sit at I don't know if there are tables in the library or like places to sit, but she will sit on the floor, like legs crossed, like hunched over as she's reading, and it's almost a little frantic. Like every time she turns the page, she's hoping that even though it's a page she's crossed over before, that there will be something there. And the whole time she's just muttering like, I'm trying to find you. Where are you? Where are you? Over and over.
Both of our characters went to the wrong place.
Yeah, she'll just try and any mention of a mirror, she's a little lost in it. I think she sort of loses her original track and sort of goes on this weird little tangent.
Sure.
And yeah, she's gonna be like that until she's snapped out of it.
Cillian and Amrita don't have to wait excessively long before Amrita can hear the footsteps approaching the front of the house again from within. The movement, and the single guard placed outside look behind him here and shift out of the way of the door. You see this figure who's not armored step through. He's middle-aged looking, thin, wearing darker clothes and this cloak over him, high collar, and pale with this weird, like almost like an apparatus on his face, this leather looking like collar maybe under his jaw, and then a strap that grows across the face. Dark hair cropped fairly short, and these spectacles that you're not sure if they're mirrored or it's just the angle you're looking at them. You can't quite see through them as he steps onto the stoop, and he pulls out with one hand this box little cigarette case, flips it open. You see him bite down on one of them, flip it closed, with the same hand reach in, strike a match, and hold it up, and you can see that he appears to only have one arm. And Cillian, though he looks somewhat different now, the face and the voice are intimately familiar.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Kind of makes me think of David Tennant from Good Omens.
Oh, he's hot. Oh no.
Oh no, he's hot.
Would you be willing to? I'm gonna pull a Tristan as well. Okay, with a 10, I think he has enough stages of mind to not go in there now, in this moment, in this second, fly at him. But Amrita, you see him tense up, and this look of hate and glee creeps onto Cillian's face. It's this very, I've waited for this expression. And he says, I know that fucker. He's the one who gave me oblivion.
What?
I need to follow.
No, don't do that right now.
I cannot lose him now. I've been looking for this fucker for 3 years. He might have the solution. I cannot let him go. You can come with me, or you can warn the others, but I will not let him go now.
Rita's going to inhale. What does the stuff the man is smoking? Does it smell like cigarettes? And does he smell like anything else?
Smells like tobacco, and you can make a perception check with advantage with your sense of smell.
Okay. We're just getting all kinds of rides and fucking handwear. Fuck me! Fuck it all, man.
There's something else. It smells like the after strike of lightning. That ozone in the air.
That's odd. Why does it smell like that?
I am going to roll for him real quick to see if he happens to notice you. Does not. You would, however, hear him after he's taken a drag of this cigarette that he's lit on the doorstep, turn to the other guard and say, "Some mortician, we have everything we need."
Is it possible to make an insight check from this distance?
Potentially.
Mostly looking into, is this person pulling one over on the people around him, or did they actually hire him to do this?
Sure.
I think Amrita would also be looking for that, just given what Cillian had said about this guy. Just very curious, or sound like he might be lying or something.
I'm too blinded by everything, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sense.
The only thing you notice is that the guards definitely defer to him. A salute on it, Inspector.
Amrita whispers to Cillian, This sounds very odd, but I smell hints of lightning around him. It doesn't make any sense, but
It's potential. It's him. It was strange when I met him. It was strange when he begged us to help. He's strange now, and he's not gonna live a lot longer.
I could go first and you could stay behind me. Only for but a moment. We'll figure out where he goes. And then find the others.
I want to follow him until the moment he decides to cut through an alley, or is away from enough people, or he's like waiting to be triggered.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bullet right now.
Then I'll have you both roll stealth checks.
Okay, those are both pretty good.
Yep. 19 and 22, and then I will roll. Does not appear to have any idea that you are following him, tracking him. This steaming inspector working for the city of Hanweir. He doesn't seem to go down really any alleys. He doesn't have any reason not to stick to the main thoroughfare. As he's finishing up this cigarette, stands on the corner. One of the guards tries to strike up a conversation with him, and you can't see his eyes, but just the way his head cocks toward him, he finishes off the cigarette, just flicks it away before moving on. You would be able to track him to what easily would be assumed to be the main garrison in the city of Hanweir. Whether or not it's where they keep the dungeons, that is unknown.
Well, there's no surprising him in there. But he doesn't seem like he doesn't belong here. That means he'll stay. It means I can find him again.
You need to think this logically through, though, before you just go trying to get information out of him, because what if he has other capabilities?
Just be so poetic if somehow I could affect him with this plague. I'm gonna need some reining in. And I'll count on you to do that. I have waited too long for this, to let it pass. For now, I am glad to have seen his face. I should have gone here in the first place, why didn't I?
You didn't know. How would you have known?
I hoped I would feel it, you know. That it was my fate, my destiny to walk in his path and then overtake him, leaving him behind. He has hurt me like no one else has hurt me, and he deserves that in return.
Vengeance is a funny thing, and rage is understandable to have. Rage can still also be... Looks down at her gloved hands, squeezes the hands and everything, and stares at potentially where the building is at, and she can't. Like, she loses her words for what she's about to say, but she cocks like an ear or like something to see if she can hear, like, sense any familiarity in that building herself.
It is a massive stone structure with a, set of walls around it by itself that you have not yet been able to enter. There is motion, and you can hear guards probably going through drills. But as far as anything familiar, I mean, there's too much. It's overwhelming.
Riken, I'm not making myself mad, right? That's him.
Couldn't say. It was blocked out. None of us were around that night. It feels wrong and right at the same time.
Cillian has never been planning on hurting this guy. He just wanted his life back. That's why he's been chasing him. But now, with him faced in front of him, he, for the first time in his life, has the urge to murder. And it is foreign, and it is frightening, and it is invigorating. And eventually, he sort of calms down and says later, I want to tell this to everyone.
I might have an idea of how we could probably approach this in a different manner, as I'm going to have to go inside the garrison anyway. But there might be a way if Acrio, since he's a Cathar, we could both go in and inquire about speaking with someone. Maybe they would let it happen, and there can be information to find out.
There is information to find out. Now that I know he's here, I'm gonna need to visit our friend again. He'll know. I think we have some more to do here. And right now, I need to get this fucking illness out of me. My body is used to it. I can do it. But we need to find a healer. Did we know that Lorelei and Acrio...
Yeah, because they said they were going to go find
Val?
Val.
I think they said so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too metagamey to assume they might have, right?
Yeah, because they said they were going to go do that.
Either they did or they, attempted to. You do know that they were also said they were going to visit the library afterward on Amrita's behalf.
Yeah.
You don't know whether or not they would have found Val, but...
Yeah, but that's what we were doing.
Yeah. We'll just go... We'll go meet them at the library to see if they happen to go there. If they're not, we'll go back to the Traveler's Inn.
Good plan. We're gonna need a great one. As I'm staring daggers into the garrison, hoping to somehow see through the walls and see what he does in his daily life. What he is using this newfound freedom for that he passed on to me. How it could have possibly been worth it. And I pull my eyes away and I say, see you in a few days, one-armed man. Oh, it rhymes, it rhymes. I go walk probably the wrong direction because I've not been to the library here.
Right, not left.
Fuck me. That was kind of cool though, right? Better if I didn't return.
Can I have Amrita roll a d10, please?
Fuck, yeah. I'm gonna kill you, Jake. I'm gonna kill you for so many reasons.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry, what the fuck?
I wonder if Lorelei's going to recognize that murderous intent in Cillian when she sees him. It's like, oh, I know how that feels.
Oh,
I know that
fuck.
look.
Fuck, what does the one mean?
As you're making your way toward the library, away from this garrison, which is fairly, not exactly centrally located, it's a little bit more to the west side, away from the docks. You notice, especially in this area, it seems as though there are people on the streets, people going about their daily lives, but there's always this pair of guards, no fewer than 2, sometimes 4, mostly outfitted with halberds, crossbows, spiked armor, helmets, more protected than you've ever seen any other town militia or anything like that. And it seems as though, Amrita, the people, they're carrying out their day-to-day tasks in a way that it looks like they're trying not to be suspicious. You know, when people are trying to not be suspicious to the point that they seem a little out of place, the way everybody seems to be kind of in a systematic, keep your head down, move past the guards without arousing suspicion aura to them.
Yeah, she'll whisper to Cillian as they're walking to the library. The people are scared here, I can see it. They're trying to act as if they see nothing, but things seem out of place for themselves as well, it would appear.
You don't get a response back. Cillian is in a field in Keswick right now.
The amount of travel you've had to walk through the city, I'm going to say it's about the time Acrio, Lorelei, and Val are leaving the library that you make your approach.
I see Val.
Yes, you would. Carrying up the rear, staying close to Acrio, but obviously very observed.
Acrio's kind of in a chokehold. It's like,
he's got him on a toddler leash.
Ah, there the rest of you are. We need to have a conversation, but out of... Rita's looking around to see if there's guards and other people somewhere out of earshot, probably outside of the town, or back at the inn, somewhere with not a lot of people.
Hold an alleyway, Amrita. We're not going out of the city to have a conversation.
Cillian forgets that he has an infectious disease and runs up to Val. Son! And flies him around the shoulders. Notices that he's a little weaker than last time and sort of almost pushes him over, but then catches him and holds him and hugs him and say, Angels, here. How are you? You seem wounded. Are you okay?
We caught him getting mobbed by some undead outside, but we dealt with it. We got him.
Good. It's good to see you. I thought you were gonna buy corpses in the river.
What?
Yeah.
Alright, into this alleyway over
I
here.
I know I should never talk to floating guys. They always fuck me over.
Okay, so what's going on? Also, Cillian, distance. Remember?
Shit, I'm sorry. Doctors don't get sick, right? They don't get sick.
Cillian, you can see that in your, embracing Val and starting to pull him toward the alley, pull him out of the shadow of the library into the direct sunlight. And the first thing you notice is his eye looks like an animal at night caught in sunlight, or in a torchlight where it like flares in the sunlight, and it looks as though like he's being like staring directly into the sun.
This is like a hissing noise, like
push him in the shade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gently pushes Cillian away, backing, into the other way, into the shadow.
All right. First things down to business. Amrita she will reach into her bag and hold up the journal. Took this from the house of the healer. Supposedly, they said she committed suicide, but I highly doubt that. This has
And then
information
guard
on
outside.
herbs.
We'd heard in the tavern that she was rumored to be cheating or having a man come over, and it seemed to have been supported. And then someone came in, the inspector was supposed to come, and I know him. His actions have led me down a path of misery. He is the one who forced me into oblivion. He's the one who's gonna make everyone I love forget me after I am gone, when it should have been him. He's here in Hanware. And I need to make pay.
I believe that is only one piece of the puzzle, and Amrita starts to open the book through the journal. I do not think they were wrong about there being romance involved. It doesn't specifically say, and it also talks about some treatments about the pox and whatever plague is going on right now. But I think either you or Val might be better to look.
Yeah, Val would
that.
kind of like immediately hold out his hand to see what's written down in regards to that.
Yeah, Amrita will hand him the journal.
While Val's reading, Lorelei flaps her hand a bit. She looks a bit lost. Like, okay, so a few steps back, the healer was cheating and died. What?
Yes.
The
I
man was
don't
coming
know.
over to her
Amrita,
house
I wasn't there.
often.
I don't know what's going on. You guys, you're catching me up from scratch here.
When we entered Hanware, there was a funeral going on and a woman watching. I went to speak to her. I saw her again when I was trying to find some old friends, and I spoke to her again, and she did. He looks over to Lorelei in this moment. Didn't look like she was on the edge. She talked to me. We had some fun. She gave me an address to try, and I thought only of her. So we went to visit her, and there were standing 2 guards outside, and they told us she had committed suicide. It seemed like they might have believed it was true, but it can't be.
And you got that journal from her place?
From inside.
Yes.
I wanted to speak to her Geist, but there wasn't time.
There's no note? Nothing in the last page of the journal doesn't have like a letter to anyone?
I didn't have time to read the rest of it, but there's notes of some patient and list of people she might have seen, as well as treatment options.
I mean, I don't know her, so I don't know what her state was like, but if you believe that she didn't, I believe you. But
there's also... Amrita looks over at Lorelei. He's here. Last night, in my state, at that bar we were at, we got other information. I don't know what it means, but it all just seems to be a rather weird coincidence, but Tiberius is apparently in the garrison, and I don't know why, other than that he's been passing along information, and I don't know what that information is. So there's something odd going on in this town that's too much for it to all not be connected, I think.
Wow, you two had a much more eventful past few days than we did.
Maybe. We can't leave here yet. I need to know more about this inspector. How do I keep meeting men with one arm? I'm on the road. That road is leading somewhere, and right now it is the heart of this place. I hope or stay the changing of Heather. Would you guys be willing to help me with this?
Lorelei studies Cillian quite closely as he's sort of saying this, and I feel like she might recognize that same level of like desperation of like I want to, like that indignation of revenge. Like I feel like that might be quite obvious on his face. And she goes to step closer, but like realizes like, oh yeah, wait, sickness. Takes it back. Whatever you think he owes, I am willing to help you make him pay it. If he is the one responsible, we have to hold him culpable. I doubt you'd be the only one that he's hurt.
I
believe you need to focus on getting better first. There's only so much time. Amrita will look at Acrio. This is a lot to ask, but this, for information purposes as well, is there any way you can at least get me into the garrison where I can speak with Tiberius? I can't leave him in there. I have to figure out why he ended up in there.
As much as I would like to fix everything, I'm not a magical key to get people into places that even I think they shouldn't be. I'll go in there alone and I'll find him and I'll ask him. I might not even be able to get in there. I'm a Cathar, not a town guard.
They might let me in because she's almost hesitant to say what she's going to say, but I was meant to marry him at some point.
Amrita,
And I didn't, and he left.
Do you have proof of that? Because, I mean, you could say it, but I don't know if they'd believe you without hard proof. Do you have, like, a letter of betrothal? I'm not sure.
If
anyone could walk in and say, I'm his fiance. Anyone could walk in and say that.
She stares at like the regular bow that she takes off her back that he gave her, and then stares down at the sword that she took from the cabin. This is the closest thing I got.
I mean, I believe you, but the gods seem pretty highly strong. I don't know if that would be enough for them.
I could talk to my cousin Eamon. He's pretty good at forging stuff. Don't think it would be too hard to make something. Look, the thing about bureaucracy is it gets lost in itself. I think we can do it.
You do that. Amrita, I have an idea, and it's an incredibly long shot. But you said he was passing out information to people?
That's what that Ballister man said. Or was it Alistair? Oh, goodness. She starts to just rub eyes.
Amrita, you know what he looks like, right?
Yes.
I need you to draw me a really good picture of Tiberius. I've never met him, but I've heard a lot from you. I think, if I'm lucky, I might be able to get a message into him and ask him to get his contact to come and find you. We're a pretty large beacon. It'd be easy to find us. And if they're used to sneaking around, they might be able to come find us. And they can get us to him. Whoever he's passing out info to. Just say, like, hey, Amrita's in town. Look for the group. And we'll come get you. I'll do that. It's a long shot. It might not even work. But if you're willing to let me try, I'll do it.
It'll take me a couple hours, but
take all the time you need.
Mm.
We should do this a two-pronged assault. Cillian, you cousin, was it?
What?
You said you had a cousin that could help with forging things?
Oh, well, yes, he's sort of not alive anymore, but...
I figured, whenever you say you have a relative, I assume they're dead.
Yeah, he's good at that. I'll go talk to him while... Val, could you take a look at me? Because every second I'm here brings you guys in danger. And...
Cillian, how willing are you to have some leeches?
Even after I've walked the road, no leeches will touch my skin.
Alright, be sick then.
One? Like,
what
and I need to see it, like, the whole time, and I need to look away because like one maybe. What were their names again?
Just the one. Weepy and Willow.
Yeah, I'll choose Willow. Weepy sounds meaner.
You poor sap. Willow's a lot meaner.
Ah!
Biggest leech. It's like, holy shit.
The
What the
chumbiest
fuck?
lad.
It's a dire leech.
Val, you know how to do, have you ever done leeches before? If I give them to you, would you feel...
I would...
Actually, I guess I could come with you. There's no reason why I shouldn't. If you'll allow me, Cillian.
I mean, you can, but it's just more risk for more people.
I've got the masky thing.
Yeah, sure, fine.
If it'll cure you, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
I haven't gotten anything yet that I've noticed, but looks like we'll just have to stick together for the moment.
Any sign of anything, let us know immediately, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
It's fine.
Picture of Tiberius. We'll heal Cillian while he talks to a cousin. It'll probably be good distraction from the leeches. Where'd you want it? On your arm? On your leg?
Stop mentioning it.
I can put it on your back. You won't have to see it.
Writes down, it's like, if no leeches, bloodletting.
I mean, for what you had read about previous pox, a lot of times it's more higher concentration balance of the phlegm humor, not the blood humor. So it's like draining blood
doesn't really do anything.
Particularly related to it. I mean, it could hurt, but it might not hurt.
Yeah.
It's always going to suggest draining blood right now.
It's like, I feel he's slightly biased right now. Nah.
Poor Cillian, he's just like, he's got like Val on one end, like, yeah, bloodletting, and then Lorelei on the other end, leeches.
Like, it turns around, it's like Val just like fangs out, it's like...
You just see
Amrita
Val with one of the leeches just like squeezing it.
Just wringing it, like a tube of yogurt, just like squeezing it down. Ew!
You guys have a sponge.
Ew.
Just mop up that blood.
Oh my god, stop.
So the inn doesn't seem like the best place for a sick person. Where are we gonna go? Here?
Alley. It's the best place.
Yeah.
Until
I mean, if you want to be discreet.
I mean, if someone comes up, we can just say you fell.
Leeches all over
the
him.
roads
like,
are fairly well patrolled.
Like any barrels we could like just like squish behind.
Oh,
I mean,
wait.
sure, there's stuff.
Can we do it in the forge cart?
No.
Okay.
Doing heroin in the forge cart. Ah, shit.
Sorry, jeez. Can we do it behind the forge cart?
I mean, sure.
Like set up just like a little tent next to it.
This is
Literally
in
getting
character
arrested.
Acrio saying no.
Can
Right, we
Lorelei
could risk
attempt
it here.
Can Lorelei attempt puppy dog eyes to convince Acrio? I'm gonna guess from Tristan's expression that's a no.
Fuck it, let's do it here. Healing time.
Okay.
Go, Val. Work your magic.
Wait, can I just,
Gonna be better in a second.
thinking about it a little more, Acrio's just gonna reach out a hand and cast Lesser Restoration on Stein, or Cillian.
Reach through the screen, me when I fucking get you.
Yeah, just grab him. All of these seem very complicated, and I'm just going to see if the simplest solution is the best one.
I have that prepared too. Why did I not think of that?
It says Lesser Restoration. Choose one disease or one condition afflicting it.
Acrio's razor. Simplest solution is often the best.
Yeah, I learned it in Cathar School, 101. Page 35, section 8.
Yeah. Would lesser restoration work?
I mean, how would you know that without trying it?
I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm casting it.
Also, stop posting to the G.
Oh, is it all set to G? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There
Bruh.
we go. Okay, here. Let's just.
I was like, where is it?
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly try it.
Yeah, he reaches out a hand and he casts Lesser Restoration on Cillian.
Are you going to put on one of the masks first?
Oh, that hasn't come off.
Oh, okay.
You were swimming in that?
Yeah, he is just.
So he was like a bird.
So he's already used to wearing plate armor and being sweaty all the time. So like one extra uncomfortable mask versus already his plate armor mask. What's the difference?
What does it look like when he casts this spell? What's the process?
Like the opposite of when necrotic energy passes through someone. When he touches them, it like this glowing light infects his veins and travels through his body, forming down his arms and up his neck and surrounding his eyes. And it burns. It burns a lot.
Antiseptic. Let's go.
Yeah. It is definitely a hammer cure and not a scalpel cure.
So the way this works for the Weeping Pox is Lesser Restoration allows you to make an instant Constitution save to try to end it.
I hate that name.
It comes from the Grim Hollow campaign guide. I did a few tweaks to it to make it more Innistrad applicable, but
Makes sense.
Everyone thinks Lorelei has it because she's just crying all the time, and it's like, no, not that kind of weeping.
Constitution, what save? You
saving
said?
throw, yep.
Saving throw. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to change that. So I'll just click on it and we'll see what happens. Huh?
Caution to the wind.
Hey.
Oh.
As this light is coursing through your veins, through your system, with Val also at the side looking through all these herbs and maybe at the same time getting out something to like put in front of your face to breathe, Cillian, the aroma from it. There's this row of like little sores that had just barely started to form on the side of his face that is like they start to swell and pop and drain, and then there's a few on the side of his forehead, on the back of your hands, but it's as if this disease is pushed out of your body, and Val quickly comes and starts to wipe some of it up and keep those rags separated, but it does feel as though with this angelic magic in your own individual constitution, you seem to be rid of it for the moment.
Any nearby guards would probably have heard Cillian's screams at this magic cleaning him.
Yeah.
There's constantly, guards that look into the alley. What's going on here?
Yeah, and as Acrio pulls his hand away, the palm of his hand is like steaming and still glowing that bright red as he clenches it in pain.
Sorry, I'm just a little loud when I'm doing private stuff.
Come on onto the street.
Acrio,
Highly out of the ordinary.
Go out on the street with my hands behind my back as if I'm being detained.
Acrio looks at the guard, just fixing something for it comes a problem, making sure the disease doesn't spread. Cleric duties.
Sees with your mask on, he'll take like a half step back. There's pox on the side of town.
It's been fixed.
Right. Move along.
No little bow.
Yeah. Cillian just being
Still
used to getting detained is funny as shit.
From no
I
background,
like to think
baby.
if he was ever getting read his Miranda rights, he'd be mouthing them along with him because he's heard them all the time.
You assume people have rights in handwear.
Cillian, how
I
do you
move
feel?
away from guards. Make sure they're gone. Does that mean Willow is not going to suck on my blood?
Slowly putting the jar away. I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
honestly, I feel like those leeches would have been less painful.
Yeah,
Probably.
but you know what? They are more leechy.
I said I'd put it on your back so you wouldn't have to see.
And I appreciate that, but I am glad there will be not. Do leeches have little legs, or are they just wormy
No,
things?
they're just worms.
Yeah, worms with like little
They're just
mouths,
worms with little
pinchers.
proboscis.
I know, because I had 2 on my ankle once, and it fucking sucked.
Anything to not have any more slugs Mark II on my body.
Put in the jar away. Don't insult them when they're right here.
What time of day is it now?
Mid.
Mid?
Okay. Well, that's one thing taken care of. And as I pointed out, it's easy to fix one person, not so easy to fix a lot of people.
That's
Feeling
why
so
I was
much-
hoping what Val and I might do could work, because that could be replicable on a larger scale.
Yeah,
Not
just
everyone
look
has that same
inside.
spell.
Just look inside that journal, because I wasn't really sure. But there's definitely, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the Traveler's Inn, just start beginning sketching.
Just don't get your hopes too far up. There is a very real possibility that it won't work. But better shot than trying to walk in and get arrested, I think.
Question to you, Jake.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem like there would be paperwork if you were engaged to someone in Innistrad. That
No.
doesn't seem like a thing. I've come to realize.
So the church would have records of actual marriages, potentially, depending on where you're from and where the records were kept. Hanweir wouldn't have anything about it, obviously, because they're not from there. But yeah. So what exactly? I mean, you could forge a letter saying, like a proposal, as if it were sent as an offer.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to wait on a cousin with Eamon, with a conversation with Eamon, because he's annoying. So he wants to figure out what would be needed if there are even visiting hours, and if that's family only, and if that's like, that seems like information that should be useful before I start doing unnecessary work.
Acrio taps on Cillian's shoulder and he's like, "Oh, and by the way, the here's the bill for my services. Gold 700 for one
700.
casting of lesser restoration.
No, that does make sense. So
you can...
for now, I am indebted to my wife.
No. I watched a YouTube video about a cleric giving medical bills, and I fucking love that video. Yeah, away we go.
Are you going to an actual tavern? Because, it's midday and nobody's eaten, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
Fuck
maybe.
off. Who eats lunch
sure.
in D&D?
We haven't
I
even
don't
had
like-
breakfast.
I know a great place to go. We were there last night. Vibes were immaculate.
I'm gonna look at
not-
Amrita for verification on this.
My night there was a hazy one. There might have been.
It's not another brass bell saloon, is it?
Not
I mean-
exactly, but I still saw women's undergarments.
I mean, I would
Hey.
hope you see women's undergarments every day, Amrita. You are one.
Yeah, but I don't want to see other women's undergarments on a stage.
On a
I will go back to the
stage?
Traveler's Inn. I don't really have.
That's just a bunch of
Appetite.
beds in a row. Boring. Come on.
It'll be quicker for me to send that message once you finish the sketch, if you come with us, Amrita.
I'm gonna
I
sit
don't want
outside.
anyone getting in any more trouble.
I'm
when
gonna
we're all
sit out.
apart.
I'm gonna sit outside then, because I don't think I should go back in the tavern after last night.
Sure.
Are you ashamed of being drunk in a tavern?
Shut up.
I lead them to the riverway. It was right.
The River's Rush,
River's Rush.
which during the day is sleepier, I will say. Not near as lively. There's people moving in and out. Nobody seems to be drunk. It's like people coming in from the river, those who work the ferries, those who work the boats, fishermen, that sort of thing. Definitely no ladies' undergarments on display.
See, not so bad. Good a place as any, right?
Only because it's daytime.
We're all different based during the day. then during the night.
Acrio disappears back to the library while everybody gets food.
Oh, Lorelei wouldn't let him go off on his own.
Nope, too late. You gotta eat, and I gotta do stuff. Like how to kill a werewolf and a vampire.
Going by himself?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Can I have
nothing
you roll
important.
a D10, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think the whole party would notice as soon as Lorelei realizes that Acrio isn't with them. She like visibly shrinks.
He keeps doing that, huh?
No, I'm just worried. That's all. Bad thing will always happen when people are far away from me.
Okay, thing we're close then. And we're like Acrio's here, but we're at least here, right? We're like, how are we gonna stop? Really? Really?
Yeah,
Come on!
Wait, what?
I mean, come on, don't tell me you don't have, you know, at least a couple of very special people that are far above anyone else.
Yeah, me. And then you guys are like down here.
Don't worry,
Okay, so
Amrita's
take
still
that,
sitting
take
outside,
that
by the way.
template. Everyone
Okay.
else is down there, and then Acrio is up there. And
Ouch.
Oh, that's
someone,
commendable.
he's not alone up there, but for now it's just Acrio up
Love to meet the other people.
there. You won't. Actually,
You sure?
might.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
Yeah.
at that stuff.
You might.
Are there like words I should avoid if it comes to that?
No. If you
Cool.
see, if you see any people you can talk to around me, I would beg you to, actually, because I've been trying to get a hold of them for a long time.
I could try a little harder, but I would need a lot of people like something of theirs. I like locations more.
In this canon, when Lars died, did he leave a note for Lorelei like he did in the original?
That's up to the former player of Lars.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Who's that?
The reason the reason he sent that note was because he found it important to prove that he did it for a reason. And I think that's true in any timeline.
Okay. So he would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Lorelei would have probably kept it. I do have a note he wrote to me. With that?
How about we bump it down the list because it's a little involved?
Yeah,
But-
it's nothing. You don't have to do it.
I can try.
No. I'm
But
worried it'll happen
before
if you
I do, you'd need to tell me about him. And if you're not ready for that, we have to do it later.
ask me again once I've had a drink or two in me.
Hell yeah, best drinks here.
Can I have Cillian and Acrio both make a perception check, please?
Neither
Apparently-
of them seeing shit.
Yes. Acrio, as you're making your way to the library, I assume that's where you're actually going.
Yeah.
You have this odd interaction with this woman who seems to be like it reminds you similarly of the Leona sisters, where it's like big strong Cathar, great husband material situation. Like asking if you're single, if you're ready to mingle. Seem to be not of the local Cathar stock.
At this point, there's visible annoyance in his days with him, destination, obstacle now. Yeah, he's just like, sorry, don't have time. Have a nice day. Bye. like when someone's coming to you in football and you just do the twirl around them and just keep running.
Cillian also doesn't notice anything in the river's rush. Nothing seems amiss as you all can find a seat. However, as Cillian, Amrita, and Lorelei all start, pull out chairs and sit down, you almost instantly realize that, or I guess it would just be Lorelei and Cillian.
Yeah,
go to
Amrita's
sit down
sitting
because,
outside.
Yeah, Amrita's sitting outside. All of you would notice that Val doesn't appear to be with you anymore.
None of it. Uh-oh.
Is Val with me?
No.
Oh, good. Then he dies.
A horrified, like, paler than pale pallor comes over Lorelei's face as she realizes Val isn't with them.
Well,
I
I
was
asked if he
hoping
went
this-
alone.
That's why I was hoping this little Simon Says would confuse Val. Simon Says, go with them. Simon Says, come with me. Go with them. And he goes with them and he's like, got you! Time to die.
Caught him out.
But yeah, he is not with the group.
You're looking a little pale there, Lorelei.
When did you last see Val?
He was, and then he. Fuck, that's a problem, isn't it?
And for reasons you have no idea.
Right, did you see when he left?
It's definitely here when we got here, or the Catherine left.
No.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think he's with Acrio. He's probably with Acrio. Acrio told him to stay close and stay in his sight and not to leave his sight, not to go stray too far. So honestly, Acrio went off somewhere. Val's probably with him, right?
All right, so he's with Acrio then. That's fine. That's fine. I thought he would
Okay.
want to stay. Guess not.
Acrio he's been quite stern about Val staying
Oh,
nearby.
he can turn quite badass in those moments. I'm not too amazed that he decided to follow the guy with the big hammer.
He has to.
Right.
Acrio didn't take Val feeding on me too well. It's a side of him I don't really recognize. But he said to Val that he stays within his sight or he takes him down. So Val is probably with him.
Right.
I trust Val to, stay in range.
Oh, so stand up, walk towards the door. Yo, you didn't see Val leave, did you?
I thought he was inside with you. And wait, what did you just call me?
Oh, here it
Like
comes.
a shortened version of the long name.
Oh.
Name's not that long.
Amrita. Honestly, I was worried about Val not being with us again. Sort of becoming a pattern. But he's probably with Acrio.
He's probably
it's
with
fine.
Acrio. It's okay.
Hmm.
But he better be. Why is it? And as Lorelei's like muttering to herself, she's pulling out like her journal and taking out like the letter that was like unfolded in it and just setting it nearby. Like, why is it whenever anyone leaves my sight, that's when all the bad things happen? All I have to do is stay near me, and nothing. They don't get hurt if they stay near me, but they always have to run off ahead, or I can't reach them, and then that's when all the bad shit happens. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, anything to get you out of that state.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I feel sort of on the edge myself.
Which
The
causes
three one-armed.
Cillian to jolt slightly when there's the sound of a chair being drug out from the table at the table where you're sitting, and this figure just slips in next to you. Missing persons are the purview of the constabulary, if you're missing someone. And Lorelei, you turn to see this man in these dark cloak and uniform with this leather-like apparatus holding his jaw in place and these mirrored spectacles. A figure matching such a description is hard to go missing, as he gestures to Cillian.
Mr. Inspector, would you bless me with your name?
You see his one arm take the side of his cloak and adjust it slightly. Malcolm Mulvane. It's been some time.
It has, hasn't it, Malcolm?
Until this morning, when you were spotted following me to the garrison, made a few inquiries. You seem to frequent the river's rush quite often since coming to town.
Yeah. Don't
Again,
know a lot of
paid
people.
off. That is perhaps fortunate, given your current situation.
You seem to be willing to have a conversation.
I am. Firstly, to glances, the head cocked toward Lorelei. Wonder what was meant specifically by feeding on you. I would have to take a guess. That seems somewhat out of the ordinary.
Are you not from Gavany, sir? That's a common slang for oral.
You know, making out a little.
Yeah, kind of bumped into us having a moment, you know. Lovers quarrel. What can you do?
I'm sure that would hold up in any court. But to my point, I came to apologize.
And to apologize. For what?
This thing called oblivion.
At that point, as soon as he says it, I literally flip the table. Push it over and say, "You're my fucking wife! And you dare to look me in the eye like you're the big man!"
Trying
Laura
to
gets
be.
up and slowly just interposes just to stop an immediate fight breaking out. She's not like fully holding him back, but just in case.
Does Amrita hear that at that point?
Oh yeah, you can definitely hear a table being flipped, people murmuring back and forth what's going on. And yeah,
Okay.
the Inspector Mulvane remains seated in the chair as he's somewhat accosted by Cillian.
Okay, she'll go inside as well then just to look.
For you. You show yourself now, and I deserve to know more about this than I do. And if you have any answers, you will tell me. A man of
Let's
the
do
law
so at
should.
a table. Maybe we can move over one.
Okay. Sit down. Stiff as a board.
Looks in the direction of Amrita from this morning. Please join us.
Likewise.
Lorelei is going to sit in between Cillian and this Malcolm guy, just in case.
He will go through his ritual of pulling out his cigarette case and biting into one on its own, snapping it shut, retrieving a match, strikes it on the table, and
So now you're not a showering man?
collecting my thoughts. Everything was a bit of a blur to that night. The memory, it becomes fuzzy, I'm sure, as you know. You have to understand, I had no intention of passing this thing on. The hope was that the Vistani would have some means of exorcising. Unfortunately, your relative was not so powerful as I had hoped.
What a price for hope.
At the time, we were under the assumption it may have been some kind of geist. That unfortunately is not accurate.
I spoke to it. It took a different face. It is patient, and I grant you this talk because I was not above passing it further. However, it proved difficult.
None of us are. It's the one thing we all wish.
So you're apologizing? Willing to do something for me?
Not sure what kind of recompense could be made for our fate, such as oblivion, but I may be able to.
A friend of mine needs to see someone. He's locked up.
There's an eyebrow that raises above the mirrored spectacles.
It's the conversation. I feel like you owe me that.
I think it could be arranged.
I have been waiting for this moment for more than 2 years. I am here now and feel a lot differently than I thought I would. You seem to be an important man. For now, we can coexist. For that moment, I want to roll a deception check because I think it is quite possible for him to see that there is no peace in Cillian's eyes.
It's like, I imagine like how they're all at the table, right? It's like Cillian and the guy are like both just this way, and then you got Lorelei and Amrita just both looking at each other while this happens, like in this table. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
With a 27, Mulvane doesn't even twitch as you say this, seems to accept it. Have you learned anything more about this curse, Oblivion?
Frighteningly little. Like I said, it is ancient, unwavering, and is focused on me, so it seemed to have disconnected from you. It is silent, it is non-threatening. It almost seems natural, and I am lying. And I am saying, it mentioned you. Wanted to be rid of you. Talked about you like you were the disease and not it.
The time when there was no one special, no one of interest, no one of impact. You have stories then. Many memories, good, bad, between. This thing's not natural. Let me tell you a story. The origin I have found in this Oblivion. It was once called Catalina's Curse. Familiar?
No.
There have been other names. But the woman, Catalina, from the Gavany parish, before the church, before parishes, when these lands were ruled by feudal rulers, engaged to a man. Her lover's name is forgotten, as you might surmise, due to the nature of the curse. On her wedding night, found that he had been in Congress with one of her bridesmaids. She cursed him, cursed the very memory of him. Idle words people throw around. They don't know what kind of power they really wield. Her rage and her hatred latched onto him. She ended up stabbing him through the chest. Instant death. The thing about it was, when she went to tell anyone, she couldn't quite remember who she had killed. No one recognized the man's face. Possibly a traveler, possibly someone who had attacked her. No one really knew. He was gone. The entire memory of him was gone. She was, of course, deemed insane. I believe she might have been burned at the stake or hung. The exact specifics are lost to history, to memory. But not the curse. It latches onto people, feeds on their stories, absorbs what memory there is of them upon death. It is patient, wait, accumulating, but not forever. The face you saw, that young girl, the face it wore, taunting me. It's my sister. She doesn't know who I am. I've tried to convince her. I think I may have gotten through, but the family, my family, still has no recollection of me. It fed on all of them.
It is the first moment Cillian has felt any empathy for this man. But there's a voice in his mind convincing him that he is lying to seem like less of a threat, or like someone who didn't fuck him over grandly. Cillian is actively convincing himself that this is a bad man who deserves a bad fate. He says, I thought it would be after death, that he would be patient enough to not take pieces, yet he took a friend from me. You have burdened me. And I will die soon. And you will forget ever giving me this. And that is a little unfair. That in 2 years, all that worry, all the things you build up by having given this to someone else, it will be gone and forgotten, and it will not hurt you anymore. I despise you, and I feel for you, because no one deserves to be forgotten.
Perhaps not. The only thing fair is death. Life is cruel in all its facets. He will go to stand, using his legs to push the chair back, and take a step past you, see what I can do about arranging a visit. Places his one hand on your shoulder, Cillian, as he goes past. I am sorry, truly, that it passed to you. Perhaps it'll move on. You can get rid of it yourself. But I intend to be remembered. And that's where we're going to drop the curtain on this week's session.
Thank you, Jake. That was awesome. That was so cool.
Hey, does Cillian want to pass on Oblivion to a certain necromancer? You want to pass on a curse to that? Because that's the wheels turning in Lorelei's head right now. It's like, oh, you can just like curse somebody and it'll fuck over like the memory of them? Yes, please.